Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Mega Man 1 on the Wii Virtual Console. Last time we defeated Bomb Man, then Guts Man, and then Cut Man. And now we can move on to Elec Man. We're going to use the Cut blade right here to take out these enemies. These enemies, they move back and forth, but when you get on their horizontal level, they charge at you. They can't be defeated with your regular pea shooter. Hitting them with your pea shooter just stuns them. So we have to use a special weapon like the Cut blade to defeat them. Speaking of Cut Man, Elec Man stage here is very similar to Cut Man stage. It's mainly vertical, but it's going to have a new type of hazard thrown in. And we're going to see that hazard on the following screen coming up here. We're just going to take out these guys here. You want to shoot them as you're climbing the ladder, otherwise they're going to shoot you and knock you off the ladder. And the new hazard here is these Yoku blocks, these disappearing blocks. So they can be kind of difficult. You might as well just watch them get their pattern first, and then proceed with caution. So usually about 3 seconds between when they appear and when the next one appears. So they're going to be really prevalent in the Iceman's level, which is the next level coming up. But right here's our first little introduction to them. So they're not really deadly here. If you just mess up them, usually just fall back a screen or two. But they're not like over like an instant a pit or an instant defeat trap. So we got to see what those enemies did right there. Like I said, when they reach your level, they'll shoot out these beams at you. So, which is really annoying if you're on a ladder, because if you take a hit on a ladder, you get knocked off the ladder and you can fall down. So potentially off the screen. So we can take the left ray here. It's a little bit easier. We're gonna have more of these green UFO-like looking enemies taking us out. So take them out before we head up to the top here. This is the reason why we did the robot order that we wanted in. We wouldn't need Guts Man's power or the Elec Man power to get through these blocks. So by having the Guts Man power, we don't have to backtrack. We could come back here again with the Elec power, but we don't want to backtrack, so we just come here with the Guts Man power. We can pick up those rocks, throw them, and we get that little beam there called the magnet beam. What that does is it creates like a little platform. The longer you hold down the shot button, the longer the platform is. And the platform will appear, this little blue blinking platform, and it'll appear for a few seconds. It just allows you to, you know, cross pits easier. And it's going to be necessary in future stages, the Dr. Wily stages, to actually progress. So it's a mandatory item. So it's kind of mean of the game to not give it to you after a robot master, and you have to kind of hunt for it there. But we got it. So if you're following these videos, you know, so you don't get caught without that weapon. So we're going to have a big eye enemy coming up here. I didn't talk about them yet, but they're on most stages, and they're kind of a scary enemy. They take a lot of hits, they do a lot of damage when they hit you. They're unpredictable. Sometimes they jump low, sometimes they jump high. You want them, hopefully they jump high, and then you can run underneath them. Now they were really scary because when I was a kid, there was a cartoon called Captain N the Game Master, and it featured this kid who was like kind of sucked into a video game. He was Captain N, the Game Master, and he helped the good guy video game characters fight, you know, the evil Mother Brain and her evil video game henchmen. So, but I'll get more on that story after we defeat Elec Man here. So he's kind of annoying. It's kind of a tough boss, but with the Cut blade, he only takes 3 hits. So we kind of want to, I guess, jump up here on the left here. And that way it's easier to avoid his electricity beams that he shoots at us. He shoots electricity beams like in a straight line, but they kind of have like a little sine pattern to them, so they kind of go up and down a little bit. Our weapon that we're going to get off him is a little different. We're still going to shoot electricity beams, but we're going to shoot them in like a T pattern. So we'll show that up here real quick on Iceman's level here. But we have a new enemy here right away in Iceman's level. It's like a little man-looking robot. You want to shoot his head. If you shoot his legs, his head will pop off and he'll get kind of annoying. So just aim for the head, take him out like that, so. And speaking of enemies, let's get back to that big eye enemy. And anyway, again, back to the Captain N story. See a little T pattern there. In the one episode, they go to Megaland, which is, I guess, they consider Mega Man was from. And in the episode, they actually encounter one of those big robots. And it actually jumps on them and squishes them. It squishes Captain N and Mega Man, and I think maybe one or two other characters who were with him at the time. And it gave him like a game over, so they had to like restart the level, because in that cartoon, everything went to like video game physics. So, but anyway, yeah. So it's like, you know, Captain N's like the big hero of like Video Land, and here he is getting defeated by this big eye enemy. So it was kind of, I was like, whoa, tough enemy. So that was I saw that episode before I played this game. So like I said, I didn't have this game. I only had Mega Man 2. So by the time I got to play this game, I already seen that episode of Captain N. I was like, well, I remember that enemy from Captain N, and it was kind of scary. So we got another annoying Yoku block puzzle. Just wait, jump on this one, and it's kind of tricky because normally you jump from one block to the next block that appears, but that's not the pattern here. If you do that, you're going to end up jumping on a block that's going to kind of useless. So you actually avoid the one block to the left. And here's the worst part, where the magnet beam comes in real handy. So it's a good reason why we did Elec Man before. Another reason why I wanted to do Elec Man before this stage, besides the boss weakness. So, because these little helicopter enemies, they're kind of random, and they can shoot these little pellets at you, and the pellets can hit you and knock you off the platform. So it's kind of annoying because, like I said, they have a random pattern to them. So you might be riding one and waiting for it to get close or high enough for you to jump onto the next one, and you won't be able to, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and the longer you wait, obviously the greater the chance that you're going to get hit by one of the pellets and get knocked off and fall into the platform, have to restart by the Yoku blocks. So here's another interesting a change. In the first Mega Man game here, before you enter the boss's room, you have a little section where you have some enemies. In the future games, there's just a small little one room corridor with no enemies in it. So that's your little checkpoint. Now Iceman here, pretty easy. Just stand on the side, shoot him with your Elec beam. 3 is all it takes. As you can see, he shoots 3 icicles at you. One really high, just let it go over your head. The middle one, you can jump over, and then the same thing with the low icicle. So, and now that we have the ice weapon, we can take on Fireman. And Fireman's weapon, if you're doing it out of in a different order, Fireman's weapon is what is used to defeat Bomb Man. So that's our weakness chain. Bomb, Guts, Cut, Elec, Ice, Fire, strong against Bomb. So now, Fireman level, we're going to obviously encounter a lot of fire. No eye enemies in this game, in this stage. It's one of the few that don't have the eye enemy. The only other one is Bomb Man stage doesn't have the eye enemy. So we got these little fire pillars that come out. They come out of the ones that look like little screws. You can use your ice weapon here to freeze them, and then you can use them as a platform. So we're going to do that in a few places. Most of the time you don't need the platform to get anywhere, but it's just helpful because what it does is it obviously you won't take damage when you freeze one of these fire pillars. So now the fire is not an instant defeat, but falling into the lava, like on the screen below here, is. So you gotta watch out for the fire, because the fire can hit you and potentially knock you back. That's one of the tough things about this game, is when enemies hit you, you have a knockback. So the knockback often pushes you into pits. So avoid these little fireballs. They're kind of like, I guess, like Potaboos from Super Mario Brothers. The magnet beam is also going to come in handy in this next screen here. These fire things come down really, really quick. You can time it to get in between them and not take damage, but it's so much easier just to use your magnet beam, create a little platform there on the left, and just bypass that hazard altogether. So, have more of these little things there. The Elec beam can also take them out really easily. Elec beam's pretty good because, like I said, it moves around that little sine wave, and it can hit the things real low on the ground. Cut beam's a little harder to hit them with if they're on your level. Cut beam's good for like if they're above you, but when they're on the level, use your Elec beam. Take out a few guys here. And then, of course, we're going to switch to our ice weapon, because that is Fireman's weakness. And Fireman's probably one of the toughest bosses. He takes a lot of hits, even with his ice weapon weakness. And he also shoots really fast. He shoots these things, and the big waves of fire at you. And some of the fire waves leave behind a little fire on the floor that can continue to damage you, so... And with that, we've taken out our 6 robot bosses and got the magnet beam, which means that we're ready for Dr. Wily's stage. So Dr. Wily has a little fortress. Once you defeat the 6 robots, Dr. Wily becomes selectable, and that's what we're going to select in our next episode. Take care, have a good day. Bye!